Yo, it's Mark Zuckerberg. Just kidding. Mark Zuckerberg. It's your boy Cool Times back with another video talking about the biggest upcoming Solana mints. And if you like and comment on this video, I have some whitelist spots to give out for fruits. But let's jump into that video. Okay, real quick before we get into the alpha, I wanted to give you guys some free games since y'all are my brothers. Now, most people go onto Magic Eden to buy Solana NFTs, but I've actually been hearing a lot about Coral Cube, and I want to shout out my guy Shillin Villain, my brother, for putting me onto this. So I actually used this yesterday, and I can confirm the processing speeds on Coral Cube is so fast. So if you're in the middle of a huge pump and you really need to buy an NFT and things are flying and the processing speeds are fucking you because it's Solana, I actually recommend going on a Coral Cube here. You can see in the time it takes to buy something off of Coral Cube, it's basically you've lived and died on Magic Eden. I think there's actually some arbitrage. I think there are some you're gonna clip this, aren't you? You're gonna clip that and you're gonna make fun of me for stuttering. It's not fun to make fun of people for stuttering. It's not cool. But I actually think there are a lot of arbitrage opportunities with buying on Coral Cube and then selling on Magic Eden, where there are a lot more people to buy and you get those better snipes on Coral Cube. So I just wanted to give you guys some early alpha on this, something that can compete with Magic Eden. But honestly, boys, I really wanted to hook you up today with some alpha before the alpha. I wanted to talk about some projects that are not hype. Because we were talking about this on my video yesterday with Shillin Villain, but I'm just retired from projects that have like 300,000 followers and are obviously botted out. They have no real engagement. It's like, do I want a girl with a fake ass, or do I want to be able to smack an ass and see that wave of real thickness flop over? I want to see the wave happen. I don't want to smack something and it's a brick and my hand breaks. These are the real organic projects. Battleground Legends has some great collaborations for a project that only has 1,500 followers. And I've said for a long time, I think Solana gaming is going to be a part of this year's cycle, and we haven't reached that point yet. So Battleground Legends, first round of partnerships, tons of established Solana projects that are putting their logo, their name on this project. So I'd probably guess, I don't know, maybe they're doxing to these teams. I would bet that they have some sort of legitimacy. So you see famous Fox Federation, that's a big one considering they have, a huge whitelist marketplace. I can see Battleground being heavily competed for on their whitelist marketplace. You have Drippies, we've got MonkeyDAO, we got Zilla, we got a ton of big projects here. Solana Monkey Rejects, and it seems like every Solana project right now is launching on a launchpad, which I guess is kind of cool. It kind of reminds me of like a pimp pimping out a hoe. Don't really know why you need a launchpad, but I think Battleground Legends is going with a really great launchpad, and that's Magic Eden. I mean, that's great promo. Everyone, man, I got the hiccups right now. Everyone talks bad about Magic Eden, but the fact of the matter is everyone goes there to buy, so it's free marketing when it's a launchpad project. This kind of reminds me of what we saw with Galaxy Fight Club on Ethereum. Basically, Battleground Legends is trying to become the Super Smash Brothers of the blockchain. This shit's kind of crazy. You can play for free or you can risk your NFTs against other communities. I love risk protocols in any project. I mean, the biggest one we've seen is Wolf Game, where you were risking your sheep, which could get stolen out of your wallet. That shit's fun. That shit's viral too, because people are tweeting like, oh my God, my NFT is gone. I shouldn't have risked it. So it's really fun. Great gaming, and I love that there is no barrier to play. It's free for some people. Bro, what? This famous Fox Federation has like one of the Street Fighters in Battleground Legends? Yo, this shit's crazy. Look at the fucking tail on. Why is the tail so big? Holy shit. You can go in their Discord right now if you want whitelist. Hopefully I'll be able to give out some spots myself, but basically just be a good person, go out and vibe in the Discord, and you should be rewarded. Okay, the next one's kind of a trend we've seen on Ethereum that could bleed onto Solana. This one is Copetown. So obviously we saw Goblin Town, we saw Troll Town, we saw Fuck Town, we saw all these different towns, all these different, goblins or whatever, and ghouls. But this is where I live. I live in Copetown, because I didn't buy goblins. And truthfully, right now in the Solana ecosystem, you just need a great community to vibe with what your message is. I liked some of the concept art on Copetown. Of course, I just like that Copetown name, and then I like, these are, a little bit more aesthetically pleasing goblin ghoul type characters here, but they've done a really good job. Like, this one's hilarious. Like, this is supposed to be like the meme of like the black guy who has like the gigantic penis. I'm not gonna like parse through every message here. The one thing I like about this project is even though it only has like 5,000 followers right now, the engagement is crazy above the board. Usually I don't look into that because projects have like 300,000 followers and I expect them to have this much of engagement. Like, this shit's just pretty funny, like the whole not gonna make it, working at a fast food thing. Like, if the community can kind of come together and be like, we're not gonna make it, we cope, we're paper hands. Those are kind of like the rallying, monikers you hear of successful projects. Again, I just like this project because because of the theme. It's something that's worked on Ethereum. This looks like a little bit more polished version of this, but they're like killing it. You know, I don't think these are going to be the actual profile pictures, but they're really killing it with the "Are you winning, son?" and like the memes and shit. Like, it's really funny. Definitely a project to watch out for at 5,000 followers. Okay, I know what you're thinking, Bradley. Give me some hype, bro. Give me something I can really sink my teeth into. I do want something that has a bunch of followers and that's going to mint out quick as hell. Okay, this one is Honest Moose, 80,000 followers. I actually was giving out whitelist spots for this in my Only Snipers Discord. You can go get your pass right now on OpenSea. I think there's people out there who try to overcomplicate things, and I'm not gonna do this when I talk about Honest Moose. We saw OK Bears pump to Valhalla. We saw Great Goats. I mean, that went up to like 13 Sol the other day, all-time high. And now we see these moose, which have the exact same type of feel as the OK Bears and the Great Goats. Pretty solid art. You got the thick lines here. You got the good partnerships. You really haven't seen a lot of moose projects. I'll give them credit for that. I mean, we've seen some of these other animals before. Moose, we'll give them credit. Fun. And personally, if you ask me about some of these other projects I just mentioned, like this one right here has a team that's really down to earth. They're not trying to add thousands of supply. They're not trying to raise the price. They're doing things the right way. They're trying to make a branding project. Again, these branding projects have been meta recently, so this is one to definitely watch out for. You know what's been kind of crazy? There hasn't been like a huge sweep of cute PFP art on Solana yet. So we look at something like Fruits here. We got 20,000 followers. We've got a ton of engagement. That's not fake. We see 20,000 followers. We got engagement across the board here. And if this was just a couple weeks ago, I'd say, dude, do not touch this. This is a cute PFP project, and that's not it. Well, actually, apparently it isn't now, because we've seen projects on Ethereum like Boki and Quirklings do very well volume-wise this past weekend. And people are starting to take bets on cute projects again. And like I mentioned in the intro, I'm giving out whitelist spots for this project. Fruits, just comment, just like, just subscribe to the channel. And yeah, this is a branding project, which, you know, you can only have so many brands that are easily identifiable with the blockchain. But again, this is cute art that doesn't have, you know, crazy engagement farm, fake bot followers. This is a project that I like. Okay, again, not trying to give you the projects that have 5 billion followers. This one, 22,000 followers. And it's got me kind of nostalgic because the first Solana PFP I bought was Mindfolk. And to me here, Entricles kind of has that Mindfolk type vibe. Just gonna keep it G with you. This type of art has traditionally done pretty well on Solana. Basically where there's like shit coming out of someone's head. It's done really well. So I don't know if that's like a scientific thing or not, but this is art that's undeniable. And art is the first thing anyone sees in the project. So this is their first step forward. And look, you got a guy smoking here in his nature and mushrooms. And that's a lot of what Solana Degen's like. Okay, since I've been beating you guys over the head with like the branding projects, let's talk about like a fully Degen community now. Because that's where a lot of the big projects are. You know, you have like Peblo with Kets on Crack. You have, you know, Frank with D-Gods. And it's just these overlords of these rabid communities. This one's to watch out for. It's Degen sweepers. We don't know when the mint is yet. But again, we're looking for projects that have a lot of engagement, but are clearly aren't farming out and getting fake followers. Essentially, this is, you know, made by Degens for Degens. One thing you never want to overlook is your ability to optimize your Twitter account. You should only be following the best accounts so that when you come across a project, you can say, oh, 15 of these people that I know that are verifiable people are following this account. And that proves credible for this project. So for me, Degen sweepers, I can see they're trying to build like an army here. It's a really Degen rabid community, but I just got to look at who's following them. So you got like Solana Legend, you got Function, you got Franklin, one of the homies, you got Aussie NFT guy who's the community lead at D-Gods, you got the homie Ragnar, you got Solstice, you got, and these necessarily, like, these aren't like, oh, it's a bunch of YouTubers who are gonna overhype this project and then it's gonna crash down. These are a lot of people who are especially like tapped in behind the scenes in the Solana space. So with this kind of rabid community and the leader here, like I want to shout out Urkan here because I think him, 100,000 followers, he's kind of got this, like, I don't want to compare him to Frank, but he's kind of got that vibe to him. And you want to bet on jockeys, you want to bet on leaders. I'd bet on Degen sweepers, just like a lot of other people are. Okay, real quick shout out for Zakiro. I think this is great anime art, which again, I still think is something that people want. Discord is closed. You want to turn on those notifications. I'm actually giving out some whitelist spots in my Only Snipers Discord. Again, if you guys want to get into that, OpenSea Pass is very, very undervalued right now, in my opinion, because one sniper equals one tank. And just to round this out, guys, I know a lot of people were like, no ads, but sorry, FTX is actually the best best place to go. You can go and get like verified on FTX within like 1.5 hours, where I think some of their competitors, you try to go like open an account, it's gonna take you like a week to get verified. FTX by far and away is the fastest place to go. I'm not just shilling this is what people in my Discord have been telling me when they're trying to open up, they're trying to get on Solana or something like that. It takes them like 2 weeks with all these other companies. FTX is very fast and they have a customer service team. That's the video for today. Make sure to like, make sure to comment, do all that stuff so that I can feel validated, so that I won't cry tonight because my ex called me worthless. I will know that you guys have liked and commented, and I will have seen the likes and comments in my self-esteem. But all the real guys, have a great day. Thanks for watching to the end. And as always, remember to say, gang, gang.